Third Wheel Brewing. I'm here to discuss beer names. So beer names can be a little bit of a bear, a little bit of a challenge for us. First, we try to make sure that no other breweries have already used the names for their beers. So I typically check Untappd to see if anybody has claimed that beer. Next, I have to submit the name to both the federal and the state governments. So they require that I let them know the name of the beer and a bunch of statistics about the beer, and I have to give it a label. And so they have to approve the name. So how do we do it? How do we name our beers? A few of our beers actually were transferred over from our homebrew days. So my husband and I have been homebrewing since 2009. There are a few beers that we named that we are still using today. Most notably is our stout series. So Boss, our Imperial Stout, Guma, our Vanilla Chocolate Milk Stout. We also had Capo, which is a new name and a new beer for us since opening Third Wheel. Back in 2009, 2010, 2011, when Ben and I were really starting to brew a lot and get into this, we were watching Sopranos for the first time together. So we were highly inspired by The Boss, right? So like an Italian mobster style idea. Guma is actually slang for a mistress. So it's slang from like the Jersey Italian mobsters for the mistress, small, seductive, rich. So that's how we got Guma for our chocolate vanilla milk stout. I thought it was pretty clever. The second way we come up with beer name ideas is a group effort. So sometimes I will email all the clever people in my life and let them know about the beer, how I felt while making the beer, how I felt while I was designing the beer, any interesting ingredients and things like that. And so I email all these clever people and ask them their thoughts. One really good example of that one is Slow Clap. So I emailed out all of the clever people, and Slow Clap was a fun one because slow gin, S-L-O-E, it was really fun to play on that name. So we ended up with Slow Clap after a million amazing clever ideas, very punny with the slow, but S-L-O-E. And so shout out to Tyler, who's no longer with us, but Tyler's with Craft Republic and Craft Beer Cellar now. So everybody give him a high five for coming up with Slow Clap. Sometimes we name beers in a slightly more organic way at parties and conversations. So Free the Sun is a great example of that. The Third Wheel crew was having a 4th of July pool party. We had all had a few beers. We'd all had good barbecue. We were all swimming around. And I was mentioning I was concerned about this name because this is one of our first like more dessert style Berliner Weisses. I was very proud of it, very excited about it, and I needed a good name. And so Free the Sun came out. Ryan Van Loo, give that guy a shout out. So that's a fun way to come up with a good beer name when we're all together physically and something happens and we all immediately are very excited about the name. It just kind of clicks and falls into place. So that's a good one. And last but not least, sometimes there's the boring way. Sometimes I just do some research about the beer, the traditions, the style. Wiener Art Cerveza is a good example of this. So Wiener Art means from Vienna in German, and then Cerveza means beer in Spanish. And the style is a Vienna lager, which is the same as a Mexican lager. So you can see I have from Vienna, Cerveza in Spanish. It's kind of a play on words, and it's a very silly name. It all just kind of fell into place that the languages kind of blended together nicely and created something fun and pretty unique. On Friday, May 22nd, I will have another virtual happy hour. You can come and hang out with us on Zoom or on Facebook Live. We'll be streaming the Zoom chat, and I will be talking about Untethered Rage and Going Once, Going Twice, both of which I love the names so much, and you can come there and find out how we got those two. Cheers!